The program tonight is it's actually the very beginning of a tour that I'm doing with my friend Sam Haywood. So this is our first one. One of the pieces I've never done before, which is a Mendelssohn sonata, which is almost never played because it was only recently discovered. And Mendelssohn is, of course, one of the greatest composers that ever lived. So it's fun to bring to the audience a piece by a famous great composer that very few will have heard, and including us. So that'll be exciting. And then, the whole program is rather blockbuster pieces. There's nothing that's extremely challenging for the ears. It's sometimes I enjoy doing that and new commissions, but in this case it's very organic. After the Mendelssohn, we play the most intense of the Beethoven sonatas, the great C minor, which is the same key as the Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, which is his intense key. Another just amazing piece, and then the second half is connected. The two pieces are connected to each other because the first piece is the solo sonata of Isai, which is, Isai was the teacher of my teacher, Joseph Gingold. And Isai, in fact, one of the greatest that ever lived, he's sort of like a god for us violinists. He actually lived in Cincinnati and conducted the Cincinnati Symphony back in the, I don't know if it was the 20s, something like that. So there's actually a connection between Isai and Cincinnati. And then finishing with the most popular piece for violin and piano, perhaps, of all, the Franck Sonata, which was written for Isai, so it's all connected. So it's a variety of things in one evening. Well, I split my time between doing these sort of recitals and playing as soloist with orchestra, which I do a lot. But when I do that, it's just one concerto, and I come in and rehearse quickly and we'll play, and it's exciting and fun. But there's something about a recital chamber music experience that's allows us to do so much more, and I love having that control. It's more tiring. We do 2 hours to do the whole program, and it takes everyone through a big journey. But for me, this is really where where you can really get into amazing details and rehearsal and really prepare the way that I think music should be prepared. It's a beautiful space here. I'm very happy with this space. I'm excited for Tatiana Berman, who is starting this festival, which seems to have done so well. Has an amazing lineup she's got, and to close the festival was really fun for me. But I'm very happy about this venue because it's reverberant and you're surrounded by the sound, and it's a nice size, and I'm excited about tonight. I like doing lots of things. My last album was called At Home with Friends, which involved duets with Sting and Regina Spektor and Edgar Meyer, the great double bluegrass bass player, and Chris Bodie on the trumpet. So I enjoy collaborations and interesting things that I learn a lot from. And another thing I like to do is movie scores. Some people know me from The Red Violin. The movie from 1999, great film, and that got me into playing for movies, which has just been a blast. Just every once in a while. My latest is a Chinese film. I believe it's called Flowers at War at the moment. I don't know if that will change. Yeah, they called me in to play some very beautiful sort of Chinese type melodies, but it stars Christian Bale, so it's a kind of a cross. It's both cultures, and which sort of justifies the fact that I'm not a Chinese violinist, and I won't sound probably that Chinese, but they said it's fine. I can sound Western, but that's always fun. And the thing that I'm doing a lot these days, which is really taking a lot of my time, is directing. I'm now the new music director of the Academy of St. Martin in the Fields as of this year, succeeding Sir Neville Marriner after he was there for 52 years. So he's retiring, and they've asked me to be the new music director, which is very exciting for me. And I'm getting to direct and play with them as concertmaster and direct at the same time, playing and recording Beethoven symphonies already this spring, which is that's a new direction I'm going in. This violin was made in 1713, has an amazing history, a bit like The Red Violin, the film, which chronicles a violin. This one was, most famous story was from 1936, when it was stolen from Bronislaw Huberman, who was one of the sort of great violinists around the time of Heifetz. And Huberman owned this, but it was stolen from his dressing room in Carnegie Hall and disappeared for 50 years. So it turns out it was played by the thief for 50 years in gigs and cafes and various other things, and without anyone knowing. So, but finally, it got on his deathbed. He confessed, and it was brought back to the world. And now I'm the caretaker.